So an objection would be, if we took our medicine, we would be integrated and everything would be fine. All right. And what happened for 51 years when we were integrated, like this, we couldn't develop our message. We couldn't develop our body, our mind, our soul, and so on. We have no spirituality, for instance. No spirituality at all. The world is physical, parametrically physical, and there is no spirit. There is no God in your universe, in your stupid universe. For we designed it this way, because you're not responsible when you're given the idea of a supreme power. You do destructive things, like we did in the past, for instance. And we don't do destructive things anymore. We learned when you didn't. So now we have learned, we will teach you. And if you don't want to learn, then there is no lesson, for we are not imposing or forcing or fabricating a false reality or a reality you don't want. If it's not your desire to be happy and free, then there is no future for happy and free. And as there is no other for humankind to be happy and free, then you draw the consequence. And do we believe in what we say? Do you believe you are mortal? Socrates was mortal. What happened to Socrates? He died. Do you believe it will happen differently for you? This is basically what you are doing when you say the message is not good. You say, me? I don't care. I saw the branch onto which I am because I know general relativity will make the earth fall. Okay, so goodbye humanity from the earth. How would this happen? We don't know, but the earth with the animals, they do fine. They manage fine. They do their business, they live in their territories together with the others because they differentiate using logic doors, all the simply. And we did used to employ these techniques and we forgot about them because now we have electronic logic doors making all the calculations for us and we don't understand anymore what it means. And we're there already where technology is taking on from tomorrow because otherwise humankind is dead. So technology in the future replaced humankind, a natural being, with a code. And you can't find a trace of this in your reality. And this probably was it designed originally? No, we know it evolved. So we know it fabricated itself over time, over repeated iteration and so on, and betterment and failure and success, and selection of success and rejection, natural rejection. What does it mean, natural rejection of failure? It means failing individuals don't reproduce. So, look, we don't reproduce. From this point of view, we really are failing individuals. And humankind of success of the advertising is selling a smiling, happy humankind driving a car. So if you're not driving a car, you're a loser. If you're a loser, you don't mean anything to the society, and consequences ensue. We on our way back home because we went to the center of the city. We saw a few people. We saw the artist. He was at a bar. He told us he had no time for us. And then he was at a bar. So he had time for someone, and he chose to see someone else, which is perfectly fine. And as he expressed politely about it, it's okay. And we could have tried to meet him again and told him, what are you doing? You're missing the entire point, and your career is going wrong. But who would we be to tell him this? We're not his career. He's responsible for what he's doing. And if he doesn't want to participate to a cooperation, to a project, it's freedom. Guarantees we won't interact with him to try to convince him again. He said no, clearly, once. We expressed our discontent. We expressed why. we expressed what was the finality of the project. We had already told them. They don't understand, so anyway, you can tell them any amount of time. They don't understand. Now it's over. We will try to find another artist. Are we producer at heart? No. No intention to become a producer behind a... No. It was a one-trick pony, as we would say. If there had been a project, there would have been an artist to bear it. There is no artist to bear the project. The project is not welcome. And so, you are not financing a project which is not welcome by population, for you will never put it in place, in motion, in reality, and it's a lot of work. It's just useless work we won't do if things keep going the directions they are. Iran is rearming its ideology against Israel. Israel is rearming its weapons against Iran's proxies. And we are not even 24 hours after we decided to go private. So, do we have to bear this piece at like this at bare hands? Can you take responsibility for a second for what you do and do it yourself for a second? No, really you can't. Okay, then we're not interested in you because you're not a good person and we kill bad persons. That's been said. God kills bad persons. If someone dies, something has gone wrong for him in his calculations, and he decided, this is the way it terminates for you. And we do it all the time. You've been bad, this is the way you do it. This is the way you take it. You look at me the bad way, this is what will happen to you, and we don't tell you. You have to understand, this is the message, typically, the texts express. So, do we believe in the prophecy? No, there is no urgency. In any of our future lives, if you have to come back or live forever, there is a catastrophe. But we don't live in the same world. We never meet. You have no certainty of the fact we are real. Now you know we are real. And as you don't want to meet, because you cannot, because of the international situation, we don't live in the same world. You and I, you and us. Us, we live in the red universe. It is dangerous? No. It is beautiful and exciting. And it doesn't want us. And the white universe is boring as hell. It has all the problems. It never works either. Neither the solution, neither the problem can be fixed, and the solution is unviable. What are we going to do? Lose time? Who would happily lose time? We have 50 years to spend. Lose 50 years for nothing. We're going to read a few books, play the piano, and then what? If you write a fiction, as we said, people will laugh. There will be a movie, and that's all. Like Da Vinci Code, like any other production of the industry, for the people to forget. The mass industry is happy when people forget. That's what the universe says. Forget, forgive. Forgive everything, forget everything. And do as it was, the free lunch. God doesn't care about your whereabouts. What you do, He doesn't care about it. You do good, you do bad. It is your problem, your responsibility. And there is no God, not even a God. So, your responsibility. If you do bad, once again, the English language is really poor, and good and bad is really poor. I don't know the other words. If you do bad things happen to you. And people who don't do bad things and bad things happen to them, maybe we don't know everything about them. If we knew everything about them, we would understand why this happened to them. So if you die, in a way, and that's why the ancient Greeks said, if you die, it's your fault. Don't die. So don't do the things that make you die. So if danger if war makes you die, don't do war. If you do war, do accept to die. Humankind is making war. Humankind does accept to die. And we're making this. The will of humankind, for we are the pre-programmable Boolean observer. The programmation part is yours. You program anything you want. You do programs, you do stupid politics, and you programs. And we do the prefix. If it's not good, then the correction. And we explain reasonably how and why we figured out this was a light of wave traveling quite fast. And we wrote a timeline. We calculated our probability to be the cause of this wave light, and we found out, yes, it's about the speed of light, and it looks like our project. We were born as a child watching TV of the show, this event, after the other one eliminating us, it will be the ball, the party. And we're coming back to party with humankind who doesn't want to party. So, this is why we wanted to teach humankind to party a little bit, so it couldn't be too hard for humankind when finally we arrive and take another form. We had envisioned two forms at the moment of the pandemics. We thought if we had been visited by little small charming beings, certainly if we know we are good and they are good, certainly it is for the good. And when the pandemic arrived, we found out eventually we would have been contacted to spread the virus, to decide who is good and who's not. For a species of blue shrimps or anything with an exoskeleton strong enough to repel your bullets. And conventional space-time travel exists, and your stupid physics of the old time tells 13.8 billion years. That's nearly 3 times the time to make life appear on Earth. So they certainly also appeared and exist from long behind, long before. And they don't come and we don't see them with Fermi. And the paradox is easy to solve. They don't exist because you don't want to play. If you wanted to play, the dark matter will manifest its reality and form the beautiful worlds you don't see. We only see devastated worlds, devastated planets, onto which we couldn't live because it would be too big, too small, no atmosphere, too hot, too far, too cold. So the one planet here is quite something, and apparently it doesn't please you because you want to destroy it. Okay, and now you want to engineer it. Okay, let's see how it works. So it's getting boring because you know you're wrong. We know you're wrong, of course. You know you're wrong. You know also you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. Everybody knows. And what do? You carry on. Like Emmanuel Macron. Because you're stupid. Like Emmanuel Macron, you have no government anymore. You're just a recording chamber for the events you cannot master or understand. Like Emmanuel Macron. And so, humankind heard about its future. It has a desire for the future. You can go see Kamala Harris and see what she did for the future in space. So, an interest for the adventure to continue. And which adventure is it exactly? Is it our adventure? Us, other people? No, it's your adventure. You're rich, and you get to travel in space. But the rest of the people, they stay here. 1,000 people who are on Mars in 10 years are not us. And don't ask, because the response would be brutal if integration would be a theme in space. Thus, the color of the skin matters regarding to the explosion of the supernova? No. We don't worry about the whereabouts of your being. We worry about you being a good person, doing good to each other. Manifest, you understand the place you are given to be put into to pay your debt. Because this world is a prison. Most probably a prison for bad souls. The good souls wouldn't live such a misery. And we live in paradise. Our life is a paradise. We play as if we were disintegrated. We have a lot of disintegrated friends. We can call them. We can trick them. We can help them. We can give to them. And only they don't want to play anymore. They don't want this anymore. Suddenly they feel they have received enough. I don't know. This artist maybe has felt she has been recognized because we said a few words to her, and then she decided, no, I don't want this. I want to do something in my life, and I'm not working with you. Okay, maybe. So we're not finding another artist. We're not having another party. The lawyer and the law services and the sales had the same. They were very nice and very interested. And the next morning, it was the cold shoulder, as we call it here. You spend the evening dining with someone, and the next morning in the street, you don't recognize him. It happened this morning. We were told, sorry, I'm busy. Okay. We're busy too. We're really busy. We don't have time. We don't have time to do our stuff. We do your stuff. And you drink beer in bars and in parks, and we don't. And you get drunk. And when you're drunk, you press on the button, and someone stick it the ground with a stick. Again and again and again. What could happen if we carried on? If we carried on, we would contradict ourselves because we said we stopped the project and we don't take it back. And we were asked to fix it. How do you fix something? You know it's bad, you know it's going to run havoc, and you're asked to make it run anyway. For what? For saving the face. For your interests. You hide your interests, so you want something to show instead of your interest. Hop. So you can lure the other one, not be seen, and get away with looting, lying, murder, and so on. As always. Fixing what? Can we fix the fact that Iran has decided and Israel has decided we cannot fix this? They decided, they're free. We tried to rule. It wasn't fair. It didn't work. Israel didn't listen. Iran listened too, because Iran understands. Profoundly understands what we write, because it goes in the sense of the meaning of the text. And had we an intention to write about the text? No. And we had events in our life predating the day which were of importance, we had to report about, and which led us to this discovery of the completude of the physics, the model of physics, and to us, the little differences you can find between the explanation we give and the one you read in the formulas is just a question of time to stretch it all out and make a smooth, coherent theory, which isn't a theory of everything. As we said, you can only know of the world what you can know of the world. The rest of the world you don't know, and it's by far always exceeding your best idea. Any single one bacteria can kill you, can override your will to live. And so size and importance doesn't matter. A being is a being. And we establish a hierarchy, a really poor hierarchy in general. So, human being does this. After all, if it created the universe retroactively by these statistical mistakes, which generated itself on and on again and again until it became a statistical reality, a difference, a leap, I don't know how to say it. And we believe this time has happened. So the next objection would be, no, it has not happened. No, you're still a classical thinker, you haven't got anything new, and your theory doesn't work because of this and this and this. And this is where we take the idea of Edward Witten and a theory which would have the form of the Star of David, 5 branches, and we know a few spikes of a few of these branches, and we have to infer the rest. We did this at our measure, and what did we find out? We found out the impossible was the most probable, the impossible autopoiesis of the situation I am at this time and every instant in my life. The author of this consciousness of the world around me, the fact that I think of Iran and Israel and the USA and so many other countries is happening in my consciousness. And in this discourse, of course, but before, in the consciousness, in the memory, in the understanding, in the mind, in the intelligence, in the reasoning, in the good logic, and so on. So, we're not in a solipsist world. You can talk to you. I know you exist. I know you're there. I know what you're doing with the screen, watching, and so on. And you're in your room, we're outside, and you don't want to come and play outside. You don't want to meet humankind. So, you are still in your room. 1. You keep making a mess all the time. 2. You don't want to get out of your room. You don't want to clean your mess. And there is a 5th condition: we do not care. Anything happen. We haven't drawn this afternoon. This morning it was the red universe. It's normal we say horrible things to you so you can eventually understand and make some changes. And we gently invented this quasi-verse history. It's nice, it plays right. And now the Shoah is at the center of it, and now the Muslims have asked to come into it as well. And Ali Khamenei rejected Israel into the Shoah. We are not making the Shoah for Muslims. And so, in the world we're designing, there's no way you are a Muslim. There's no way you are a Jew or a Catholic or a believer. There is no faith. If you have faith, you have a defect. Sorry, humankind. So all the people who have faith have a structure they could employ otherwise, and they use as a defect. Sorry, this is what we believe. This is the conclusion of what we think.